This week on the Bluffs Sports Zone, remembering the good Doc. A lot of people do. How about a double dip at Doc Ross Field? Good night to some Knights just a few yards away. The Nationals tour is underway. The Reavers eating it up. Hello, I'm JJ Davis, and welcome to our latest edition of the Bluff Sports Zone. They remembered simply a good man recently, a man who lived a full life, a life in later years dedicated to Iowa Western. Doc Ross. When you hear the name, what comes to mind? Well, of course, Doc Ross Field. But it goes beyond baseball. It goes beyond the fact that Doc was a permanent fixture on the bench. It's what he meant to the program, to the school, to Council Bluffs, that goes beyond just the games, the scoreboard. Doc. Robert Doc Ross. Korean War veteran. Teacher. Reaver baseball's biggest fan. The Iowa Western family gathers to remember not just the fan, but the man, forever young.
Last couple of days, I've done a lot of sitting in my office. And thinking about Doc. And he would be unbelievably overwhelmed by this.
One thing that'll always stick with me with Doc is his patented response whenever he said, "Thank you, Doc," was always, "All right, well, I love you. I love you, Danny, all right?" And I'll never forget that.
Always on the road when we travel to the road games, and he would be singing different songs. One of the songs that I remember the most is "Oh My Darling Clementine." Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever. Something like that, and he goes, I love when he's singing it.
I'll be loving you always with a love that's true, always.
No one can doubt Doc's heart. He was all in all the time. And I fear that too many coaches today are one-dimensional, but not Doc. He was just as comfortable talking about things outside of baseball, even matters of the soul.
Always.
Most of us come down here or wherever you're coming from in the country, and we're scared. We're literally scared. Parents are crying, and I had tears in my eyes, and one of the first people I met was Doc. He just put his hand on my shoulder while I was signing up for classes. I'll never forget that.
I see the car starting to veer towards the right lane. I look over to Doc, and he's out on, "Doc, get up, all right, yeah, we're good,
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
In the dictionary next to the word humble, humility, there's his picture.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was a humble guy, very unimposing.
Once was lost.
He'd remember my stats and remember that play you made, such and such a series, and I was like, I can't believe he remembered everything.
But now I see.
He just showed how much he cared, and you knew it was genuine. So everybody cared about him.
I taught my heart to.
As a grandfather like I never had. Came from Oklahoma, so he really welcomed us with open arms, and he took us out to Golden Corral to eat every weekend in church.
Was blind, but now I see.
Trust me, he wanted Reaver baseball to win every game. but it wasn't about that for him. It was about the young men. It was about who he called the boys.
He was born in 1926, became a teacher at Iowa Western in 1967, and then a lifelong Reaver baseball fan beginning in 1973. Robert Doc Ross, not just a fan, but the man amongst boys, now men, forever young. The games go on. The Iowa Western softball team back on its home dirt for a change. A busy weekend at Doc Ross Field. Let's play twice, when we come back.
Council Bluffs is a growing, vibrant community. It's becoming a modern 21st century community.
We will be the largest free Wi-Fi hotspot in the United States.
Our vision is about building a community where families want to live and businesses want to locate.
We see that as a great potential enhancement for future growth in the city.
For more than a quarter century, thousands of Southwest Iowa athletes have relied on this team, Jenny Ed Sports Med. Their sole focus is to prevent, diagnose, and treat your sports injury. They even partner with the surgeons at Ortho West, ensuring you get your own exclusive roadmap back to action. Methodist Jenny Ed Sports Med invites all Southwest Iowa athletes to its free walk-in clinic, open every Saturday morning, August through October. Jenny Ed Sports Med.
This portion of the Bluff Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill, Meyer Woodring, family-owned funeral home, serving Council Bluffs in Southwest Iowa for over 100 years.
They've won 8 in a row, yet to lose at home. Are the Reavers beginning to heat up? The Iowa Western baseball team is back in action at Doc Ross Field. Now the 20th ranked Reavers host Nyack for a 4-game series. Does Big Blue pick up where it left off? Get out the sunglasses. Iowa Western goes to bat with the Trojans from North Iowa area. The Reavers blow out to a 4-zip lead. Top of the 4th inning, Brandon Mitchie bangs a base hit. Later, bases juiced, Ezequias Encarnacion drops one in center. 2 runs cross the plate, and the visitors have cut it to 2. 1 sac fly later, Mitch Noonborn drills a rope to left. Encarnacion gets on his horse, and just like that, you got a tie game. The home team responds in the bottom of the 5th. After Nick Mencken triples later scores, Jack Murat rips one down the line, one of his 2 hits. Zach Hanna comes around. Big Blue back up by 2. Then Schneider, one of his 2 hits. Iowa Western 10 overall, 7 for Reavers after 5. The sky keeps falling on the home side. Nyack belts 11 hits overall. 6th inning, Matt Schwartz punches one down the line and can't reach it. 2 Trojans come in. A sac fly then ties it up at 7. And then, in the 7th, Connor Enox sends one to right. It drops. The tie-breaking run hustles in. 8-7 Trojans. Now Big Blue one last shot. Bottom of the 7th inning, Peter Hutzel walks to put runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 out. And then strike 'em out, throw 'em out. North Iowa area never says die. Guns down Iowa Western 8-7.
Final score, game number 1, Nyack 8, Iowa Western 7.
Horrible job by us again offensively, being able to put some balls in play and hitting them hard. At the end, I run us out of the game, 8-7 game or whatever it is, and get a guy thrown out at 3rd because I'm trying to help us. And sometimes I get in trouble when I try to help us more when the kids don't want to do it themselves.
I just feel like we need to have more confidence in ourselves because we all are here for a reason, and if we do what got us here, then we'll be fine. I just feel like the hitters need to be more competitive at the plate. The pitchers need to throw strikes. The defense needs to lock it down because we're a good team. Right now we're not really playing like we should be.
We just got to put it together in the middle innings more. We start off hot and then pick it back up at the end, but you got to put the middle innings together. That's how you win the games.
We're in a battle here. That's the first game of a 4-game set, and they take it. And you know, I think there's worse to come in the next 3 games.
Soul-searching time. The 23rd ranked Division II team in the nation knocks off D1 number 20. Next up, Game 2. The hits just keep on coming. First inning, Peter Hutzel right up the box. The Reavers a couple of runners on. Ryan Sullivan skies to deep left. It's over his head. 2 runs trot in. Now the home team takes a 3-0 lead in the top of the 3rd. Starter Indigo Diaz with the wild pitch. A Trojan's on his horse. Visitors are on the board. Brandon Mitchie then smokes one to the alley in right center. A couple of more come around, and once again, it's tied, but not for long. Bryce Ball sends one through the right side. Mitchie scores 4-3 Nyack. Bottom of the inning, Big Blues Brandon Benna to right. Can't make the play. Chris Bosway tries to score. Safe, and then out. Iowa Western ties it right back up in the 5th inning thanks to a passed ball. Now the Reavers out-hit the visitors 8-6. Hutzel, his 2nd of the game, and Big Blue retakes the lead. The North Iowa area storms right back in the 6th. A couple of ground outs, a couple of runs. 6-5 Trojans. Top of the 7th inning, Bryce Ball belts one to left center. His 3rd hit of the game. The visitors with a 2-run cushion, 7-5. Now, the home team gets one back in its half of the inning, but that's it. The Trojans do it again, this time 7-6.
Final score in game number 2, Nyack tops the Reavers 7-6.
The majority of the time, people lose games. Teams don't win them as much as the other team loses them. And they did everything they needed to do. I got out-coached. Our players got outplayed.
We didn't come out here and defend our name. They came ready to play, we didn't, and that's honestly what it came down to. Our first innings in both games were good, and we just didn't keep it going.
How tough is it to get swept at home?
It's bad. Like, it just sucks for everything. It sucks for everyone. It's tough to go through, but I got to bounce back and come back tomorrow wanting to play, wanting to win.
They're a great club, and we're in trouble tomorrow.
Iowa Western swept at home for the first time in. The Trojan War continues on Sunday with rounds 3 and 4. How about that? I was surprised, to say the least. I guess the Reavers have simply got to put it behind them and move on. And you know, you got to give Nyack credit. Every time Iowa Western threw a punch, the Trojans punched right back. Okay, so now that was Saturday. What about Sunday? Big Blue gets the bats going from the get-go. Peter Hutzel and the Reavers bang out 10 hits overall, score 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Kobe Highland down the line. And then here in the 6th inning, Nick Menken chops one over the box for the force. Run scores 6-1 Iowa Western. Scouts writing the book on Daniel Tillo again. The 6'5 lefty throwing in the low 90s. The sophomore goes 6 1/3. Strikes out 10, including the side here in the 6th. Now Tillo gives up just 2 hits. And watch this hustle. The Reavers rip Nyack 6-1.
There's throwing and then there's pitching. And my first meeting out there was like, I told him, I'm like, hey, you're throwing 93, 94. Like, we don't need you to strike out everybody. Stop trying to throw it through everybody. Like, you've got 8 other guys out here that want to help you.
You didn't have your best stuff, but you battled.
Oh, exactly. I was competing all game long. Coach told me to go, 70, 75%, but, it's sometimes harder to do than, say. So I just gave it all I got.
Yeah, today I feel like we were mentally all there. The guys on the bench were all in the game. Everyone out there was all in the game, and Tilla did a great job throwing strikes.
Still taking some fastballs in hitters' counts and that were strikes. Still chasing some balls up that weren't strikes. I mean, there's so many little things in this chess match of baseball.
Big Blue then strikes out the Trojans in 5 innings, 10-0 in Game 2. Iowa Western drops a pair Saturday, wins 2 on Sunday, as the learning continues. While the guys continue to do their thing at home, ladies' night down in Texas. Good time, good food. Been there, done that. About 4 weeks ago? Some other ladies back on their home court, so to speak, after the break.
We asked a group of employees what makes our bank special, and here is what they said.
We're available to answer customer questions as quickly as possible.
We're available to help our community grow.
We are available to explain the benefits of electronic banking.
We're available to teach your kids financial literacy.
We are available to help our local businesses grow and prosper.
We're available to turn your dream of homeownership into reality.
We're available to help our ag customers keep a family tradition alive.
We're available to make decisions right here and right now.
Being available to our customers and communities is not only what ties us together, but also what you want most from your financial institution. And our new name says just that. Welcome to Avela Bank. You'll see that new name when you access our website and your online banking account. You'll see the name on brochures, advertisements, receipts, even on the bank employees you have come to rely on. And within a month, you'll see it on our buildings.
This is a big change, but rest assured, this is the only change we're implementing. We're still the same people in the same locations, with the same management and same ownership. And of course, the same commitment to be available to you and our communities. And that, quite simply, is why we're proud to say, we're Avela.
We are 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 Avela.
We're Avela.
We're Avela.
The Iowa Western softball team hasn't played a game in 2 weeks. Last time the Reavers on their home turf? Try a month ago. It seems like forever ago. Now the Reavers back in the Bluffs for a quick 2-game series before heading out on the road again. And so far, good games, bad games. Good innings, bad innings. Consistency, playing the game the right way. That's what head coach Ben Greer is looking for on an every game basis.
To the plate, second base number 1, Brooke Cooper.
Big Blue steps into the box with North Platte. Brianna Brock just throwing darts. The freshman strikes out 8 through 4 innings. Scoreless till the bottom of the 4th. Jade Lee smokes the dying quail to center. Can't make the play. Alex Hagan, who singled, scores, and the home team is on the board. Isabella Manuel grounds 1 to short. Lee is coming home. Throwing error makes it 4-0. Celia Valencia drops in a base hit. Iowa Western 5-0 after 4. Meanwhile, the right-hander from California in the groove, in the circle. Brock, 15 strikeouts. Fires a 3-hitter, the Reavers. Throw out the Knights, 5-1.
Tough to complain about 70 degrees in March, but it's good to get the first win. But same as always, we're here to get 2. We're trying to play our best softball each day, and I don't know that we played our best softball, but it's good to get a win, even though we didn't play up to our capabilities.
I thought I did a good job, but
finishing the game from start to finish. Although they did get a couple hits in the last inning, I thought I did a fine job of keeping my team up even when the bats weren't alive in the beginning of the game.
Tell me about this year's team, Jay.
We're very talented. Defensively, we're great. Offensively, we can rake. I mean, we didn't show very well today, but next game we're going to pick it up and see if we can get more base hits.
I've never had a team put in this amount of work. They spend a lot of times by themselves getting in the cages and doing some things. After practice, they're always staying late, and they're everything you can hope for. They do great in the classroom, and sometimes I should probably be a little easier on them. I put a lot of pressure on them, but I know they have a high capabilities.
So Iowa Western, in its first game since March 5th, takes the first from North Platte. The Reavers now 5-0 at home. Game 2, just a little different. Big Blue doesn't waste any time. First at bat, 2-1, 1 out. Jade Lee, inside out to right field, and it clears the bases. 1 run is in. Another flies around. 2-0 home team. Zoe Hicks goes the other way. It drops. Lee trots in, and it's 3-0. Later, a 4-0. Naomi Terrazas up the middle. Iowa Western 6 runs on 6 hits. Now North Platte does not go down without a smile. Third inning. Alila Franco bangs a base hit. Erin Renwick then punches one through the right side. A couple of more score. The visitors plate 5 runs and now trailing just 7-5.
Go Reavers!
The Reavers collect 13 hits. Brooke Doomer belts a gapper to right center in the 5th. And the race is on. Big Blue, a 4-run inning. Terrazas, her second hit of the game. And Iowa Western waxes the Knights in 5, 13-5.
Our coaches did an excellent job at the plate, adjusting from the first game. The first game we obviously didn't swing the bats very well, and like I said, I anticipated a better outing from my hitters in the second one. They delivered, so can't complain about too much.
Hitting contagious with you guys?
For sure, for sure. If one goes on, the next goes, and it's kind of like a domino effect. We just keep going off each other's energy, so yeah.
Felt like the second game you guys started to get your timing down at the plate.
Yeah, by that time we faced that second pitcher already in the first game, so we started timing her better and then pulled together some clutch hits.
How much better can this team be?
A lot better actually. And it's not a knock to them, it's just we have a lot of talent. And when we play the way that we're capable of, you see it, and it's like, holy smokes.
Really?
The Reavers have now won 5 in a row. Up next, a 6-game road trip. Iowa Western won't be back home till March 25th. Up next, our play of the week. Outside, good weather, you make the call. And a night of celebration, Texas style, on the other side.
That's low and below the top. Seriously.
Okay. 7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
This was the scene last time the Iowa Western women's basketball team made the trip to nationals. Remember, the Reavers won their first game, lost a heartbreaker in the second. Of course, that was a couple of years ago, so Big Blue gets another shot. Now, remember, It's a different team. And of course, they're playing at a different venue in a different state. But what about the trip, the excitement, the fun? Here's our special correspondent, IWTV student, Riley Martin.
Iowa Western hits the road down to Lubbock, Texas for nationals, stopping at Cooper High School in Woodrow, Texas for practice. The Reavers getting up a lot of shots and perfecting everything in their arsenal. Sophomore Lade Adepoju talking about practice before nationals.
Well, since it's a long trip, it gives us time to get focused for the game. It gives us time to get used to the rims and the court that we're going to play in.
Second-year head coach Lindsay Vandehoof leads her team to her first national tournament.
Well, I think we just needed to get back into game mode and thinking about what we're really here for. It was a long road trip. We did have all day yesterday as a travel day. Today we finally got checked into our hotel that we'll be staying for this week, and we just needed to get out here, work out some of the kinks, maybe work out some of the nerves, but I was pleased. I think our girls' focus and energy is high. I think we just got to get our heads wrapped around that this is just another game and not get ourselves to a point where we'll psych ourselves out. The nice thing will be that we do have an opportunity to get on the floor that we will be competing on Tuesday, get lots of shots up. I just want them to get used to the environment, but we just got to act like it's just any other game and just go out and do our thing.
Iowa Western will play Northeastern Oklahoma first round of the tournament in Lubbock, Texas.
All dressed up and somewhere to go. Iowa Western attends the NJCAA National Tournament Banquet in Lubbock, Texas. Brisket, beans, and mashed potatoes on the menu for the special event. Head coach Lindsay Vandehoof would receive the award for District K Coach of the Year. For the Bluffs Sports Zone, I'm Riley Martin.
Now it's time for our play of the week. Nice day. Great plays. Throwing BBs at the Reaver Sports Complex. Brianna Brock just mowing them down. The freshman from California strikes out 15 batters, picks up the win, runs her record to 9-1. Iowa Western knocks off the Knights from North Platte 5-1. Brianna Brock, Queen K, with our plays of the week. I just can't get over how fast things are moving. I mean, it seems like it was just January, and now here we are, the end of March. And so it goes. Now, we'll have more from the NJCAA Women's National Basketball Tournament as the Reavers go for the gold on our next show. Now, remember, as always, to keep it here for more news and information in your community by tuning in to the Council Bluffs News with Aaron Zach. So, for this latest edition of the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around.